it's Mia here, and welcome back to another reading video. I know I've been doing a lot of these, but they have been a staple on my channel. And before you guys comment about my voice, I am not sick, don't freak out. It is allergy season, and boy, I'm feeling it. My nose is raw because I've been rubbing it for the past 4 days now. How can a person be stuffy and runny at the same time? And how can a person have so much crap inside of them? But I'm feeling it. But bear with me. I do have my water if it gets too bad, so if I take a drink, don't sue me or nothing. But this is going to be my 2020 March wrap-up. So let's get right on into it with Book 1. The first book I read, it's upside down, nice going me, is a Golden Compass spin-off book, and it follows the golden monkey that belongs to Mrs. Coulter. Now, in terms of other books to movies, you can enjoy the movie just as much as you enjoyed the book, or vice versa. If you're someone that reads the book before the movie, you'll enjoy either one. Well, sometimes. And if you read the book after watching the movie, you get to see the differences all the same and see how the story was originally intended to be. But in this one, it follows the movie quite directly, with just a slightly different twinge on perspective. So that gives it a little less rating for me. Now, book number 2 that I read comes, and it's right side up this time, as Golden Compass spin-off book number 2. There is a third one, but I don't have it. And I like this one a little bit more. It does the same thing this one does, but I like Yurik as a character, and it was fun just to see a little bit more of what went on in his head. So I definitely enjoyed this one a lot more than this one. Then with that comes book number 3. Oh, and I think I gave these like a 3 out of 5 because they just followed the movie instead of doing a lot different. The next, and I also read book 1 and 2 of this series, is Najima? I know I said it completely wrong in my review of it, and I'm sorry last time, but I only kept book 3. I did unhaul the other ones because they were just super excuse me, super problematic for me because they depicted minors in a lot of sexually charged situations, and that is not okay at all. So the only reason I read the first 2 was because I was trying to get through the 24 hours on the shortest books possible and the fastest ones to read. I did not know about this series before reading it. Well, it's kind of vague on the back, but whoo boy, I don't want to read it again, and nobody should. I gave this a 1 out of 5 on my Goodreads, and it probably would have gotten a 0 if you could give a 0 rating. It's just, why? Why? Anyway, book 3 was actually Beauty and the Beast. Now, I'm currently reading, I wasn't able to finish it in time because I've been dealing with allergies, and it's kind of hard to read when your face is all itchy and your eyes are all runny. So I'm currently reading the rewrite of this, The Curse So Dark and Lonely, and I'm loving it so far. I love it. Anywho, but this one I'm surprised at how many elements were actually different from the movie that I really enjoyed, because it paints Belle in such a different world than the movie did. And she has these sisters that are spoiled freaking brats. And this one was actually a really enjoyable story. I'm pretty sure I gave it a 4 out of 5 on my Goodreads, and that's where it stays. Then the next one I read was the fourth book in the Heroes of Olympus series by Rick Riordan. This one, again, it felt like it was written by 2 different people, and that just threw me off. I mean, I was fighting with myself to not DNF this book in the beginning because it did not get good around page 200 for me. And that's a lot of struggling in a book this big to where you start to actually enjoy it. I don't know what happened with this book, but it got a 2 out of 5 because of that whole 200 pages it took me to actually get into the story. Then, finally, the last book I read well, technically the last book. There were 2 more, but I just combined them with one book with the manga. And the last book I read was the last book in the Heroes of Olympus series, The Blood of Olympus. Now this one was much better than the House of Hades, and I feel like the characters that I complained about through the other books got better, and they were more fleshed out, especially Coach Hodge, because I know after this book, I just wanted Coach Hodge to be kicked out of the story somehow, whether they stopped him from being their guardian or just he got killed off. I know that's mean to say, but that's just how done I was with his character at that point. He got to the point where even the characters were saying he was just making situations worse. So that is my 2020 wrap-up. What was my favorite that I read? Or not my 2020 wrap-up. Me. That was my March 2020 wrap-up. Excuse me. The things that I enjoyed the most was probably... I have such a hard time deciding my favorites between things, especially when it comes to like books or movies. There are so many. How can you definitively pick a favorite? But I think Beauty and the Beast and Blood of Olympus tied, in my opinion, even though they're such different genre types. But I found myself, as short as this book was, it's a lot shorter than it looks because the writing's really big, but as short as this book was, I really found myself enjoying it. And I'm not really someone that reads fairy tales that often, because I just don't. I don't know why. I don't. And then this one, I really liked how the characters got better. And I feel like he finally made them wisen up. And I loved the relationships in this. I mean, I'm not just talking about the, romantic relationships. I'm talking about the relationships of everybody in this team of 7 and their guardians. I thought they were really well done, and I felt like they acted like how teenagers actually would with this added demigod responsibility. It was really genuine, and their connections were really well done. So these 2 tie for my favorite of March. So, I know this video was short. I know I sound like shit, and once again, I'm sorry. There's not much I can do about it. If I made this any later, it'd be the middle of February, and there'd be no point to it. It's just allergy season, and there's not much I can do about it. So, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys enjoy your reading, and I hope you guys are not going stir crazy yet. Hope to see you next time.